Warning, the Seraphim's chamber key has been removed. The Slayer has the key. This facility will self-destruct in 5. Warning, the Seraphim's chamber key has been removed. 4. The Slayer has the key. This facility will self-destruct in 5. Warning, the Seraphim's chamber key has been removed. 2. 4. The Slayer has the key. This facility will self-destruct in 5. Warning, the Seraphim's chamber key has been removed. 2.
You're on.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, priest, and welcome back to Krown's magical
Powerful one.
and Devil 666 cave.
Devil 666 cave. Sir, this is a family-friendly cave where bears exist, and we're about to get fucking boo caked today. It looks like, oh baby, jump on the fucking double-sided red dildo right now. It's shish kebab motherfucking time. We got plenty to talk about today, and perhaps we might even see what you've been looking for the past couple weeks now actually come to fruition. And with that said, I would like to wish you the best and the happiest to all and everyone out there in cryptocurrency land and just in the world in general, in the universe perhaps as well. Who knows what aliens exist in this place, because, well, I haven't done the fucking research myself. So with that said, into the Krown trading application we go, which we found at app.krownj.net. It is 100% free, and it, to my knowledge, offers up the most content possible outside the land. So if we do not, by the way, let us know, because we'll just add whatever the fuck is where we haven't already added. And there we go. What's up, Mr. Rowe? I nail PA like I nail Mark's BB mom. Please marry me, Elsa. Nice one. Also, I see Derek M here. What's up, Mr. Derek? Good to see you, brother. Scott Carney. He's already there. He's already here, man. He's already here. Nimbo, how you doing, my friend? Faraz already commenting on the Doom guy. Indeed, that actually is a Doom track for the intro right there. I kind of fucked it up, actually. Was hoping to make it a little bit more cool, but you know what? This is the proper time for that. Anyways, what do we see as far as the top dashboard goes on right now? We do see more or less actually the same things. Realistically, Bitcoin dominance still 45.5%, so we really haven't seen Bitcoin dominance shoot up alongside any major price action right here, of course. So with that in mind, if we do see the move today, so to speak, I would be looking for that to take the next leg up. I do believe that we are looking at a bit of a higher low structure going on there coming into this week right now. What's up, Mr. Josh? Yeah, man, Mr. Patient, it looks like you actually will be rewarded in case. This is the time, my friend. This is indeed the time. Fear and Greed Index also stuck at a 20, which you would expect when Bitcoin's, you know, at a 50-60% discount, right? And maybe it goes even a little bit more. Anyways, other than that, I think there's not too much in the market data tab to check out. Actually, there kind of is, I suppose. We do see that global exchanges net flow is actually negative for the first time in a few days here. So people are taking their coins off of exchange. So it's obviously accumulation, right? It's all good. Just keep on buying. Anyways, global funding rate is slightly negative right here. But realistically, you know, when we are within the heavy throes of, well, you know, some massive downs right now, you can't expect it to stay negative for quite some time, but it still will bring up the possibility of a trap, of course, in this case. So if Bitcoin does start to break down, we will be listing out some areas of interest for potential trappy trap regions. But to put it bluntly, it is not exactly at the $32,000 level, I'll put it that way. Again, if you just want the short and narrow of it, what is the major thing going on right now for boo laws, or at least what would I be waiting for, at least on the short and medium term timeframes, would be, of course, the 34,200 high that we put in yesterday, and actually it looks like it just got filled on my Deribit testnet account right there. Testnet, that is. It's not real money. And we'll go into the actual price of charts themselves. In fact, today, well, let's start it off with this one right here. How about that? All right, cool. So what do we got going on the BBWP, of which we've been following up on this for the past few weeks here. We've seen it go all the way from 100 percentile and now all the way down to basically 1 percentile, and it is starting to pick up a little bit of steam right here. We are currently operating about 5.16 percentile. Intraday in the day is rather young here, so I would still be looking for the moving average to get a positive slope on it to really look for that expansive move. But right now, obviously, when trend is down, you do look for typically volatility expansion with trend continuation. That is the general rule, and well, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, actually, that will be right, in fact, as I have done these studies myself. Anyways, with that said, I do want to bring you over here to Dixie as well. A lot of people have been looking at this one, which I think is rather interesting, because people have been looking at this as like a bullish signal for Bitcoin, and I don't believe that it is so, at least not in its current posturing. This is, well, in a daily uptrend, of course, and then more importantly, while it did play at the bearish divergence that we identified about, I think, end of last week, it just created a higher low on top of that, resolved by hidden bullish divergence on the other side and continuation of trend right here. So while this is kind of stair-stepping its way up and probably does take some time, I think it's a lot more easy to kind of identify this one on the monthly right here. As you can see very, very easily that yes, monthly does suggest that we pop back up north of 93 bucks, probably 93 and a half if I'm looking at this area right here, and anywhere above 93 and a half, that will be a higher high by definition, and very likely extend those targets back up to our September 2020 2020 highs quite literally from almost a year ago now, and that would be about 94.5 to 95 bucks with potential for more, and this would be considered a potential macro higher low in comparison to our February 2018 higher low right here. We even see monthly Jewel given a little bit of a bullish bias here, and in fact, because we have so much history on this one, the Jewel on the monthly actually does seem to have a pretty decent track record here. We did get the short all the way down from this area at about 100 bucks all the way down to about 89.5, and we did get this long all the way from about 91.5 to about 100 right there, and it looks like it actually does have some pretty damn good history right there. So fair enough. We even have a bit of bullish divergence come off the lows as well, but I would say, well, actually no, we haven't hit the target on that one just yet. Target would be the 21, and guess where that is? 93.5 bucks. So that's directly in line with your last prior high right here. So that very likely will put downwards pressure on, well, pretty much all markets. However, as long as they keep on printing it, I do suspect that traditional markets continue to go upwards and onwards as we have been seeing. And I know it sounds fucking crazy, but and probably this does turn around maybe later this year, but I still think that there's probably more, as crazy as it does sound. Anyways, we'll go back to Bitcoin over here, and I want to give a massive shout out to Mr. Josh in the chats. Mr. Josh in the chats has been one of the most patient traders I think I've ever met, actually, as he's been looking for the 3-day play to play out, essentially. And the 3-day play was all the way down to about just below 27,000 bucks, right around the 200x benchmark average right here. And I do think that you will get a shot probably somewhere down around there, assuming that we do get continuation on top of this. The 3-day, I think, tells a lot of the story right here. We do see 3-day RSI dipping back into the bearish control zone as of right now. This will be confirmed by later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time within 18 hours and 43 minutes and 13 seconds if that does come to fruition. That would not be good, of course. If we go over to the 2-day, I think this one, it's actually not closing tonight as well, but we got a bit of a sloppy M for murder pattern going on over here, and it does look to me like Bitcoin is getting ready to test around our current low structure, somewhere around we've already gotten down to about 31,000 bucks, which was the target from yesterday. I'd probably extend that to, basically 30,000 even. We do see 2-day RSI given a bit of a confirmation of hidden bearish divergence coming off of yesterday, or actually the day prior than that closure. And again, we are pretty much right down there already on a closing basis, but I would be looking for another wick to be thrust into this, 30,000-ish region. Could we potentially see a trap from this region? Yes, I do think that there are a couple areas to be aware of right now for potential bear traps in this case. That would be 30,000 bucks and then just below 27,000 bucks respectively. If you see Bitcoin essentially test down to those regions and then abruptly come back up and close above, let's call it about 32,000 bucks today, or especially 32.5, then I would be looking at that as a strong potential for a trap. I'd look for a run in the other direction, but again, at the end of the day, this is incredibly simple right here to put it bluntly. As long as Bitcoin is below our last lower high, the trend is your fucking friend, and that is again about 350 it looks like, depending upon which exchange that you do reference. But ultimately, until that gets taken away, there's not really too many medium or long-term bullish things to be spoken about. Of course, the criteria that we've been looking for a macro low on this asset has still yet to be anywhere near confirmed. We do not see a blue buy signal on the hash ribbons indicator for the second month in a row basically, and more importantly, we don't even see that these are converging on each other. So until we get that blue buy signal, again, there is no talks at all whatsoever, at least on this channel, as the possibility of a macro low. Does that mean that we can't have rallies in between? Yeah, I mean, we could fucking rally up to 40 to 45,000 bucks, as I've been saying, and that still would need to be confirmed in order for me to really entertain the possibilities or probabilities of a macro low in place. On top of that, we do not obviously have a higher low that was negated 2 days ago with the closure on 12th of July, and now we're just seeing continuation. So where do we end up right here? Well, now you kind of got to hold your breath. If you do want to be bullish, you need to see a higher low at the very fucking least. You want to see that blue buy signal on the hash ribbons indicator. And if we go over to our volatility based indicator over here, the BBWP, you did have that condition in place essentially, but it looks like this expansion is, as long as we're within this downtrend, is more likely coming in confluence with current trend direction, which would be to the downside, obviously. Anyways, daily also confirmed hidden bearish divergence as well from yesterday's video, and it looks like we're getting ready to do the dive of death, at least for on the shorter term timeframes for right now. So if we're going down to our shorter term timeframes, if I bring you over to yesterday's video, essentially what was I looking at? I was looking at I was looking at this chart right here, and we were looking at this as a continuation point anywhere below about 33,000 bucks. That would start to initiate targets down to about the 31 to 31,500ish region. We've obviously hit the 31,500ish region right here, but I'm not really seeing any short-term signs of bottoming as of this right now. And what you can do is you can actually just use that prior breakdown point as now a sort of short-term reversal point in this case, again about just below 33,000 bucks. Hey, what's up, Mr. Colby Duck? Check out Dear Wow. What is that? Actually, I need to turn off the alerts for right now. But maybe don't check out Dear Wow, check out Bear Wow. Look at Bear Wow. Isn't he cute? Isn't he nice? He's really, really cool. Anyways, back on over here. Let's go check out how Deribit testnet account is doing over here. Again, this is not real money. As you can see right here, it's quite literally a fucking testnet account. And we put on a position yesterday, pretty much a time spread within a with a time spread within a strangle versus another strangle. Okay, let's explain this one because I've actually gotten a decent amount of fills on this one thus far. So what did I do here? Oh, it looks like she bought 16th of July, put a $30,000 strike puts as well. Oh man, I'm losing on that one. Well, fuck it. No, more importantly, this is my real position right here. This is the one that I'm really focused on, expiring at the end of next week, and that's going to be buying the 3038 strangle right there, 10 lot on both sides. This P&L is probably not real. I think that's likely just marks because this is a liquid as fuck, and markets are extremely wide. But if Bitcoin does break down below $30,000, then that very likely does become more and more real, actually. And then of course, what did I do on the September expiration? I bought the 3236 strangle, and then I sold the 1764 strangle against it because there's just insane amounts of premium on them for whatever reason. Again, these P&Ls right here are probably not going to be too accurate until we get closer and closer to expiration, but so far so good. And then apparently I just bought some fucking YOLO puts over here, which I didn't even realize. I must have done that yesterday. Anyways, I'll wait for those positions to get filled. And I should probably actually explain why I did this. Okay, so why did I do this? Why did I buy the 3038 strangle right here? Well, the reason why I did that is because volatility is relatively low, as we did see on the daily, is around 1 percentile, and we do look at those levels from a technical analysis perspective as like the breakout and breakdown levels. Above $38,000, things are mostly good up until 45, maybe even $50,000, and below, of course, $30,000. I would say even $31,000 on a daily. We're very likely looking at a move somewhere down around 27 at the very least. Anyways, with that said, then I did this position over here. Doing the same thing essentially with just with a 32 put strike versus a 36 put strike right here, or sorry, versus a 36 call strike right here, buying, and then I essentially offset cost by selling the 1764 against it. That's just a reduced price on it overall, so nothing too crazy right there. And if you're new to options, or if you're just or if options are over your head, let me simplify it for you. Options can be broken down to basically four basic strategies, and if you can understand this, which I'm sure anyone can. In fact, I even have a video on it on the spread in this channel, which is 100% free, which you can view at any time that you want. These are, well, basically going to come down to spreads, strangles, straddles, and covers. If you can learn those, all other more complicated strategies that people throw out, like the fucking inverted butterfly, iron condor bullshit, which it's not bullshit, it's just you'll naturally do them by understanding those four base. If you can understand those four fundamentals, you're going to be in a good place, essentially. So I just wanted to show that right there. That's how to be trading this. If I did have access to options, I do not have access to options. I'm an American citizen, so I cannot legally trade on Deribit, unfortunately, any longer, which is very, 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 very much sad. Anyways, what else do we want to talk about on Bitcoin before we move on? Do we want to talk about Ethereum? Do we want to talk about Dixie again? Do we want to talk about traditional markets? Let's go to the very short-term time frames here. I'm just curious what the hourly is looking like out of general curiosity. Oh, what's this? Another drive of hidden bearish divergence right there. And what do you know? Hourly Jewel is given a little bit of a downside bias, but I'm curious to see if the 2 hour is following through with this as well. Yes, it is. It's even being governed by the slowest moving also. That's not a good signal right there. And the daily obviously never lost its curvature. It had a chance right here a few days ago on the 11th of July, did not take that chance, and instead continuation. So I would be looking at this area as a bit of as a bit of support, at least for a bit of a bounce, but that obviously would imply that we're probably going to come down a little bit further. And if we're going to come down a little bit further, then we probably see price action come down a little bit further as well. Anyways, hey, there he is. What's up, Mr. Caretaker? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It must be a late night for you as always. Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, go check out our secondary charts over here. Like I said, I've added this. This would be a good one to watch, by the way. Or do I have it on this chart right here? Oh, no. I don't. Yes, I do. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I've added this to my charts. The basically it's advanced decline ratio. This is something that I like to watch in like big bad moves. I've actually forgotten about this indicator for a while. I used to use it very often in traditional markets, but on big bad moves, which we could be in the throes of when you're looking at high volatility sort of environments, which right now is completely low volatility, but obviously we're looking for expansion. It's very, very likely coming in probably around the end of this week, which we're kind of already there. I mean, 2 days left in this week to go. Maybe early next week, whatever it ends up being is fine. But more importantly with this, I would be looking at anything around this area does seem to correlate with some pretty monumental areas in Bitcoin history, meaning that they're probably going to be pretty damn good for, for at least discovering short-term pivots, for bounces in this case. So we don't necessarily have that just yet, obviously, but it will be something that I will be referencing. And actually what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put in a very simple alert right there. Add alert right there. Okay, at 7. Thank you very much. And goodbye. All right. Other than that, what do we see on daily MACD? Crossing down. No, don't do it. Not my MACD's nuts. It looks like we're going back to McDonald's in Goblin Town. $32,000 is going to be the magical number today to hold. If we do close below there, we will see MACD close to the downside, and that would generally be not good. Now, I want to go back over to the main charts over here, and I want to follow up on the Gaussian channel. This is actually a really interesting indicator. And I'd strongly recommend it. Pretty much only on the daily. I don't think it has too much merit on lower time frames. At least I don't really find too much use for it. But daily, 5-day, and weekly seem to have a lot of merit with this one. And you can see right here that the daily essentially, well, actually no, it didn't get the full on trend change before we actually did change the trend. But more importantly, it is getting the nice pivots on our continuation lower highs. In this case, we just got rejected right here. We called this out about 2 to 3 days ago on the 11th and 12th of July, and that was, well, not a good signal. Now it would also suggest that if we do get back inside the bottom side of this Gaussian channel, we very likely will test the median, which is currently at about $39,000. And what do you know? Where is the bottom side Gaussian channel? It's literally in line with our last lower high. So a lot of things do ride on this level right here. So if you want, a little bit of hopium, what I would say the biggest hopium that I can give you is, or the most relevant hopium that I can give you is that because Bitcoin's been such a piece of shit for the last couple weeks here, you can now move down the point once again for where you do have a little bit of a short-term reversal, or I'd even say a medium-term reversal. You could probably target a move back up to the top side of the range. And again, that would be about just above $34,000. I think I said $34,350 earlier. And well, it's a kind of a sorry consolation prize, but it's consolation prize nonetheless. And I do want to be, I want to offer up areas on both sides, of course, because that is real trading after all. I mean, you can't I know that people like to say exactly as predicted, but unfortunately, in my experience, there's no such thing as predicting something. There's only risk rewards, and there's only probabilities and statistics. That's all that there is. And that means that there's a zero probability that things can always do the opposite of what your indicators are telling you. Exactly. Anyways, as it stands right now, 4 hours kind of in shambles right here. I do think that we probably see another bounce off of $31,000 short term though. So I'm not necessarily calling a full on breakdown just yet. Personally speaking, I'd like to see either a 4-hour closure on new lows, that'd be just below $31,000, or especially a daily below $31,000 as well. And then yes, we can entertain the possibilities at the very least of a move down around $30,000, probably another short term bounce there, maybe a trap situation there. Like I did say earlier, that is one of the potential areas I would mark off for trap watch, if you want to call it that. Sounds like I'm talking about music right now, but more importantly, what you'd expect to see in that event is you expect to see a move down about $30,000 and then bounce up, like I said, back above about 32.5, and then you could probably entertain the possibilities of that being a trap. Full on confirmation of it with a run in the other direction would be again above about 34,350 or so. And if this area fails, then yes, we get to look forwards to the extra. We get to look forwards to the Josh target, which is all the way down to the 200 on the 3-day right here, and that's going to be $27,000. I would be looking for a bigger bounce there. That has another potential to be a trap, and where would you look for, or where would you say confirmation of trap is? Back above $30,000 by closure. And the funny thing about this one is it's actually closing today, so that would have to happen relatively fast. Anyways, do we want to get onto anything else before we get into the comments, or have I spoken enough? No, I've actually, this has been a rather short one thus far. Maybe it is going to be a rather short stream today. Anyways, holy shit, man, it's already hot as I have the AC running at all hours of the day, and it's still hot as fuck, man. I'm just a sweater. Anyways, let's see. What do we see over here as far as, well, this one's not gonna be closing today, but let's see what oh dear lord, I forgot about this one as well. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, this also needs to be spoken about as well. 5-day I think is rather telling here too. At the very least, it looks like we're gonna get another wick down somewhere around or maybe just below $30,000. But the way that this is kind of shaping up right now, god damn, yeah, that looks like shit. Wow. Well, I wanted to have some sort of, a glowing light at the end of the tunnel right there, but actually on the 5-day, maybe a little bit less so. So again, in my opinion, best case scenario right now is you get a test lower and then you potentially close back up above it like a trappy area. And That's probably best case for bulls right now, and that can definitely happen. Obviously, that can definitely happen. But as you can see right now, the weekly 55 is once again in danger right here. And I know that a lot of people are looking at that one as kind of like a bull market guide. I don't know if I'd necessarily agree with that, but you can see that obviously Bitcoin has been using it as support for the past couple months or so. So losing it would be very significant. And at that point, I don't think Bitcoin's just going to go down to $27,000 to bounce. I think it's going to go down to $20,000 overall. Now, as I did say yesterday, I do think that there is at least one piece of hopium that I can give you here. Or I don't know how much hopium this would be actually, but fair enough. Based off the hash ribbons indicator, of course, we have seen that all of these iterations, all 11 of them except for one, so 10 out of 11, have essentially confirmed that the low prior to the blue hash ribbon signal was the macro low before never going down there below again. The only iteration where this was not true was coronavirus dump time of last year, where we did get the blue buy signal right here, and then obviously Bitcoin didn't just go down below that 6,400 level. It crashed down below that 6,400 level all the way down to about $4,000. All the other iterations prior to that, though, had produced the macro low on the prior low, the prior higher low before that blue buy signal was fired off. So that would suggest that it's very unlikely Bitcoin does go down below. In this case, well, your last higher low was here, about $17,000. So fair enough. You just have to eat up another $13,000, $14,000 move, and maybe even that doesn't hold true anyways. I mean, maybe we get into the black swan. Possible, of course. I mean, black swans are non-zero probabilities, and that's probably not what you want to hear, but fair enough. Anyways, do we want to look at anything on our momentum oscillator charts right here? Yeah, it should be identified that on our 5-day, which is again closing tonight, we are very much in the possibility of losing the bottom side channel of this. What do you want to call this? It's super guppy with my settings on it. Basically, what it's saying is that we have a full-on reversal going on over here. In this case, anytime that we have switched up from green to gray, it typically has not been the best. As you can see over here, green to gray. Yes, we did get a bit of a rally after that, but it gets coughed back on up. Same thing over here, green to gray and all the way down, and same thing over here, green to gray, quick rally with a bit of a bull trap and then down all the way through. Do we have another example? Not really, unfortunately. So not many iterations on that one, a bit less tested, but does deserve a bit of explanation. Now I would say this, we do see, well, actually this is not going to be too helpful, but we could see 5-day momentum oscillators turn back to the upside if Bitcoin were to close above 34.7. That's even above our last prior lower high at 34,350. Seems a little bit unlikely right now, but hey, if that were to happen, that would look good. That would be a pretty damn good signal. Again, I'd be expecting to run towards the top side of our current range, somewhere around $39,000 to $40,000. And if we go over here to the weekly, I do think that we are pretty much at the lowest levels that we really only have seen a few times in the last few years. We're talking about back in November 2019, December 2019, and then of course before that, December 2018, actually a year prior to that. So with all of that in mind, I don't think it would take too much for Bitcoin to bounce, but as you can see right here, we even have like the bottom side support coming in actually right around $30,000. So yeah, I do think it is possible we could see a bit of a trappy situation at $30,000, but at least for right now, I think that hopium is running dry, and the hopium tank is no longer working all that well right now. So fair enough. Anyways, you see anything different on CME right here? That looks like shit. That looks like shit. Oh, not again, motherfucker, man. All right, well, at least we can get excited for the Dogecoin song to come to its full glory, perhaps. Let's see where Dogecoin is right now. I'd actually like to know. Oh no, back below 19 cents. Oh shit, she really is rolling over right there. The rolling hills of distribution. This is actually one of those things. It doesn't really have like a technical name for it. I call it the rolling hills of distribution, but whenever you see this sort of shit, this is actually a technical term, like rolling over. When you see price action just roll over, just not fucking good, man. When you have an impulse move like this, it actually coming back down to your impulse move essentially is not bullish. We even see volatility again starting to get back above the moving average right there. It is actually skyrocketing right now. And daily jewels continue with the downside of momentum. Jesus fucking Christ, man, nasty. Probably do get another bounce somewhere around the last prior low at about 17.5 cents, but I don't know, man. After that, I think it is back down below 10 cents after that. So I would still stick by my thoughts on this one. Fair enough. Well, that's unfortunate for the doggies out there. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate indeed. All right. Should we get on to some comments right now? Yeah, like I said, this video probably will be a little bit on the shorter side because, well, I don't think that there's There's too much interest in this market right now. I feel like most people are probably heading for the exits right now, which is fair enough. Anyways, let's go check out what we got going on over here. And oh my god, there's some great memes in the Discord right now. All right, Scott Carney wants to look at ALYI. Did it hit the bottom of the range? I don't know. Did it hit the bottom of the range? I imagine. No, it did not, sir. The range lows would be your last weekly low, and that's about 3.5 cents. It's pretty fucking close. Well, yeah, you could say that maybe it did hit it right there. Yeah, it's close enough in this case. Close enough is close enough, and I think in this case that does hold true. But again, man, I'd still reiterate my thoughts on this one, Scott. If you are going to be bullish on this one, which I think is, you know, it's somewhat appropriate. We do see a weekly uptrend here. We do see some reversal conditions, and we do see volume kind of being in a bit of a a bit of a change of behavior perspective right there too. But you know, best case scenario for this one, I do think trade sideways within this range between about 3.5 to 7 cents, and then maybe like later this summer we do see a breakout above about 7 cents, and you can target back towards the top of the blue box territory. I think monthly is monthly is still good. Monthly is still fine. So yeah, I would say that it hit the bottom side of the range if you do want to be bullish. But hey man, if you start breaking below there, it's going to cough up that rally real fucking fast, and that would not be good, obviously. Okay, Josh, my patience will be rewarded. It looks like it will, man. It looks like Jesus Christ, man. That's like a month and a half of patience right there. Nicely done, sir. Check out the deer. Wow, John Deere. Oh, you mean like symbol deer? Actually, you know what's funny, man? I actually used my uncle had like a bunch of these fucking John Deere tractors when I was a kid, and I used to ride them. I remember that. Is it this thing here? I don't know if it's this thing right here. Is it a ticker, or am I just reading a comment out of context here? God damn it, my bad. Emmy says, looking at Hex for months, I'm thinking to go all in. Please take a look at Hex. Other coins got tiring already. Fair enough. I mean, that is I can't make that decision for you, obviously, but I imagine that Hex is. Holy shit, man! It just obliterated my next target. Holy fuck, that was fast. Oh my lord, man, that was really, really fast. Yeah, my next target was about 10.5 cents, and as you can see, it did retest that and then lift off almost immediately. Looking at 12.5, maybe 13 cents next. Yeah, man, for what it's worth, I mean, if I'm just looking at charts, it is the best chart in cryptocurrency land, or one of them, or one of the best charts in cryptocurrency land. I'd be looking somewhere between 12.5 to 13 cents next for a little bit of a short-term stopping point. I mean, volume on this breakout is very much real. Closing above your prior highs, never fucking bearish. It's good, man. I suppose I remain bullish on it. Again, this is not like I do not own any Hex. I need to say, I feel like I need to say that. Do not own any Hex. I don't plan to own any Hex, but hey man, as far as charts go, one of the better charts in cryptocurrency land. The funny thing though is that if I say shit like that, like even if I say Hex is a pretty damn good chart, the fucking Hex people, there's like a gang of Hex people who will get on my case like, oh, you won't fucking buy it? Why won't you do you like being poor? It's like, what the fuck, man? No, maybe I just don't touch anything that's not called Bitcoin or Ethereum for the most part, and I don't care. Hey man, that just means more Hex for you. Look, if you are really secure and really happy about your investments, you probably don't want to draw attention to it to other people, because I'm gonna come into that market and fucking take up all your goddamn Hex coins. Not me, obviously, but someone else could. So the less people in that market, the more Hex is for you, man. Think about it that way. You want to be stealth now, don't you? Anyways, probably talking on deaf ears. Anyways, let's see. Josh says Ethereum USD looking like a breakdown to 1500. Yeah, 1500 would be the next technical target on the continuation move, and yeah, I'd probably be looking somewhere around there. 55 is coming in right around just about 1500, and you also do have structural area coming in from early March that is just below it, about 1425 or so. Anywhere between there is where I'd be looking for. We even see a bit of phantom div being drawn on this one. Jesus fucking Christ, man, that is just filthy, fucking filthy. What about the daily? Same sort of thing here as actually Doggy Coin. Actually, in fact, we did see a nice little impulse move going all the way from about 1700 to 2400, and retracing the whole goddamn move is not necessarily bullish, so to speak. You even see a bit of a sloppy head and shoulders right here. I think this may be a little bit more visual on the 12-hour. Yeah, left shoulder kind of double head right here, and a right shoulder very shaky. This is not going to show up in any trading books or anything like that, but I do believe that this one will hold true. I mean, you're just basically breaking your uptrend is what you're seeing right here. You see a lost momentum plus a break of trend. Usually not a good thing, and I'd be looking for this one, next bounce somewhere around like low 1800, and if that bounce fails, I'd probably be looking for Bitcoin below maybe maybe $30,000, and you'll probably see Ethereum come down to about 15 or 14, somewhere between 14 and 15 or so before the next sort of generous bounce, I'd say, which are very tradable. And this is kind of what I've been waiting for a while now. I haven't made any trades on my real accounts in a while here, just because I've been waiting for this volatility explosion, as there's usually some easy trades on the peripheries of these major ranges, specifically referencing the weekly, for example, or anything above a daily typically does at least give you some nice risk reward setups there, at least for like some scalp plays. In this case, I'd probably be looking at something like that in low 1500 again to low 1400, somewhere around there. All right, cool. Let's actually check out the 3-day on this one too. Let's see. Holy fucking moly, that looks ugly. Oh my god. No rest for the butyrols today. Here you go. 5 days got a little bit of support coming in right around right below 1800. Don't know how much of a bounce it's going to give it, but look, at the end of the day now, I guess Bitcoin above 34,350 is your biggest hopium for this one, or Ethereum above your last lower high, which is about 2,300 in this case on your higher term timeframes. Above there, I would say that Ethereum is generally okay again, but for right now, we're very far away from that area. So understand your risk if you are trading this right now. And again, for full disclosure, I am not trading this right now. I'm only trading this on a testament account. It's not even fucking real money. So understand that you don't need to always be in a goddamn trade in order to make money, or even to make a shit ton of money. It doesn't need to be done. Okay, cool. What else do we have over here? Mr. BK says, hey Krown, can you check out AMP USD on the 4-hour daily weekly? My entry is 06. Okay, AMP USD, and you're looking at probably Gemini here. And your entry is 6 cents. Okay, your entry is 6 cents. We're trading just below. We're trading right around 4 3/4. So what time frame were you looking at here? 4-hour daily week. Okay, daily's wrecked. I'd be looking for it to come down to about 4 cents before the next short-term bounce. 4 hours wrecked as fuck. I mean, it really wouldn't take too much to get a bounce on this one, but this is obvious continuation right here. Weekly is in kind of, it's getting close to a bouncy area, but here's the problem is that this bouncy area is just that, man. The second that it gives way, I'd be looking for a straight shot down to about 3 cents or so. So based off the daily, I do think that this one very likely comes down to 4 cents. Then you got to be watching the weekly closure, because that's obviously going to be implying a closure below the 21 in this case. And if that happens, I'd extend those targets down, like I said, to about 3 cents. And not very good. I'd say not very fucking good right there. Where would I change my opinion on it? There, let's give you some hopium as well. Okay, well, maybe don't use a 4-hour for a daily downtrend. Where did I change my opinion on this one? Basically above your entry. Basically above your entry, 6.3 cents. So I don't know when you bought this one. Maybe you bought it over here and you're playing the breakout. You did get a 2x right there if you did do that, man. I mean, that's quite generous for this thing. And I believe this one was event driven. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I believe this one was kind of event driven because it was getting listed on Coinbase. So it kind of had the Coinbase pump. And, what's a general notion when things have an event like that? It's like the fundamentals have not changed. Nothing's really changed in it. It's a hopium pump, or it's not a hopium pump. It's a hype pump followed by a real dump. And I think that you're kind of seeing that right now. Not very good, man. Unfortunately. And again, I'm not talking about you as a person. I'm just talking about this chart right here, which is admittedly, it's not the worst chart in the world, all things considered. I mean, it's been in a general uptrend for a while here, but it looks like it wants to join the rest of the market, in my opinion. Hey, what did I just get hit on now? Oh, I must got hit on some more options over here. Okay, yes. Oh, nice. Hey, I just sold some more. What did I sell right there? Oh, nice one. Okay, sweet. Sweet one. Ha. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's see. What else we have? No one important says, hey, kind sir, what's up, Mr. Important? Can you look at crypto total market cap, exclude Bitcoin? Okay, so that's total 2, I believe. Total 2. Next time you can just put in a ticker, man. It makes it a lot easier. Just make sure that we're talking about the same thing, because total without 2 is completely different than total 2. Total 2 is no Bitcoin. Total is Bitcoin and everything else. Bad. Bad. Very fucking bad. God damn it. We need more hopium, guys and girls and zers and hers. Bearish as fuck as long as you're below 790 billion. And you're currently trading 680 billion. And you probably do get another pity bounce down around here. Probably do get another pity bounce down around there, but I don't like it, man. Let's go check out a monthly really quick. Yeah, probably get another pity bounce somewhere down around 575 billion. But I'm not necessarily, I'm not saying that that's going to be anything more than a bounce right now. I'd look at the rest of the market to kind of set the direction. If this one wants to give way, you'll know that it gives way by taking out the low of the 21st of June and look for a nice shot down to the structural lows from late February, somewhere between about 500 to 450 billion. That is. That's not going to look too hot right there. Let's see. King Cosmic says SPY 1 hour and 1 hour and daily. Yes, let's do it. Let's look at some real stocks over here. By the way, I want to say a major apology for yesterday's video. The premiere, that was fucking. I had no idea what the fuck that was gonna do. I just wanted to test it out, and it was a complete disaster. Apparently, like they had to like reprocess the video after I put it up, so it was only available in 360p for like the first hour. So it's just. That can't be happening, man. We're in the 21st century. Ooh, we're looking a little bit toppy here on SPY. Perhaps yes. I think that talks of tapering at the end of this year is going to be a little bit of a damper on this Bula party here. We do see a bit of bearish divergence starting to populate itself. I do think at the very least a short-term move down to about 4340-ish region. We did make new all-time highs, as we did say was likely this week. So there you go. There's a condition fulfilled. So exactly as predicted. Monthly ain't too bad still, but weekly is a little bit concerning right now. Now, of course, we do still have another couple days to go. And hey, I'm sure that we have another Jay Powell talk soon enough anyway, so perhaps he injects the markets with some more uppity up. But I do recall from yesterday, speaking with one of my colleagues, that it seemed like the talks of tapering at the end of this year are starting to become more and more prominent, meaning that the government's going to like not support the stock market as much. So instead of buying like 100 billion, it's going to be like 80 billion, but it'll be tapering down. So that'll be kind of played up as a bit of a bearish thing. So yeah, maybe we are setting up for something like that. But goddamn, man, like. I don't know if it's just me, and let me know in the comment section. I don't know if this is just me, but there's something rather concerning about the government buying stocks and bonds, supporting the market artificially to the tune of like 100 billion. That's a lot. that's a lot, and doesn't really sound very normal. Look, I'm not a fucking macroeconomist, and I don't even think macroeconomists know what the fuck they're talking about either. But it would seem to me, again, not an expert in that, not an expert at all. It would seem to me that's a little bit strange, but I'll let people who are more educated on that topic school me in that, because I am not. Anyways, go down to the hourly here, and I imagine this one's got a little bit of downside bias here too. Yes, I would be looking for this one to come down somewhere around 43.40 or so, give or take a few bucks right there. I think that's in line with the daily target. Yeah, about 43.40, anywhere between there and about 43.35 or so. It does look like we are a little bit short-term toppy. If that area does give way, sir, I'd be looking at next short-term bounce somewhere around about 4,300 even. And yeah, that does look a little bit short-term toppy right there. Super Gulili says, hello, sir. Can we have a look at HSI, Hong Kong stock index? Yes, of course. Okay, so HSI, we got the, oops, there we go. Hang Seng Index. In fact, I should probably add this to my list. Yeah, China already broke down, actually. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. They broke down last week, in fact. Nasty. Okay, what time frames are we looking at here? Daily, please. Okay, first I want to get kind of a better picture on this one. Okay, okay, we are starting to see some more obvious things right here. Let's mark off this breakdown point for right now. Oh, we did have a bit of a wedge breakdown. It looks like. Was the target hit on this, or have we not hit it just yet? I do want to see. Let's just see really quickly. Pretty damn close right there. Pretty damn close. I'd say that that's close enough in this case. You did get the bounce, obviously, but I would say as long as you are below the bounce high in this case, that's about 28,000 bucks. I would be looking for this one to trade back down to the lows. The daily breakdown and the weekly breakdown do look real for right now. Well, no, I'm kind of stumped on this one, man. I don't think I have a good opinion on this one, actually. I don't think I have a good opinion on this one. I'm seeing too many things that are just not too obvious to me, and that's not a good sign. The weekly says down, daily says bounce, 4 hour says down, monthly says bounce. I don't have a good opinion on this one, man. I wouldn't necessarily get bearish on it long term. If it does want to break down further, I'd be looking somewhere right around about 20, just above 25,000. Yeah, man, I don't think I have a good opinion on this one. I would say that the short-term upside does play out if we do get any sort of an hourly closure, even above about $28,000, or especially with a wick higher above this 13th of July high. That's actually just yesterday, and I'd be looking for a move back up and reclaim the 28.5 range or so, and that would look okay for the short and medium term. Daily very likely extends those gains back up to about 28.5, and this would start to look like a bit of a fake out with long-term up continuation. I am leaning towards that a little bit more. Actually, I am actually leaning towards that a little bit more. The weekly and the monthly are the ones that kind of throw me for a loop, though. So again, I don't think I have a very good or clear opinion on that one. So I apologize, but I do want to be as transparent as possible when I'm not feeling too confident on something. Colby Duck says John Deere tractors. Yes, please. It's symbol deer. Okay, it is symbol deer. So it is this right here then, or is it this right here? Is it DE? No, you said it's symbol deer. Well, we can look at both these. I'm not so positive on this one. This one would be short term up. I'd be looking for it to pop back up to about 369 or so. But I think you probably meant this one because that's the actual ticker of deer. Whoa, this is all kinds of weird looking. Jesus, man. Oh, fucking hell, man. I do not like charts that look like this at all. I don't, if I had to have an opinion on this, it'd be down, but I don't have an opinion on this. It's long-term down, so it's pretty easy to go with the trend in this case, but I don't feel confident on this one at all. And this one trades OTC, so I would think that John Deere does not trade OTC. I think it's this one right here, if anything. And in that case, I'd be looking for a bit of a weekly bounce in this region. Let's go down to maybe like a 4 hour and see. 4 hour short term, very likely down. Maybe come back down to about 345 or so. Daily just sideways. I don't really see anything too interesting going on right here. Maybe I should just type in John Deere and Company. No, I'm still getting this one right. Yeah, that's the same one. Hard to know, man. Hard to know. But let's see. What about the monthly here? What are we looking at on this one? Yeah, just range right now at the highs. It's a pretty aggressive move to the upside, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it trade sideways for a while. Even if it does eventually break down, I'd just be looking for sideways between about 380 and our current low structure at about 330 or so. I mean, it is a long-term uptrend. It's a pretty fucking good chart, to be fair, but very curious to see what the rest of the stock market does at the end of this week. Let's see if Jay Powell can save the markets once again. That's a real question right now. All right, it looks like Elsa is getting ready right now, so let me just go find some chatties right here. Let me just scroll back up to the last one that I saw. Okay, where are we at? Okay, there it is. Found it. Okay, sweet. All right, let me just scroll down now and find out exactly where we left off. Buy a rope with the money from your premium, says Derek M. There you go. There you fucking go, man. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man. The hex people in this chat are so aggressive. Like, what the hell, man? There's some moi, sir. There are some normal hex people as well. I know Toby one hex OB is like, he's a very good guy. He's a very fucking good guy. Let's see. Okay, what else do we have right here? Okay, there he is. Chess Champions 94. SNX USD on Coinbase 4 hour and daily chart. Okay, SNX. This is Synthetics. This one's been a popular one of the better winners. I know that you asked for Coinbase, but I would like to look at Binance just because it will have more history here, I imagine. It's not even that much to begin with anyways, so maybe Coinbase does have more, but you're looking at a 4 hour and daily. We can probably do it accurately enough with this. I would be looking for a bit of a bouncy bounce right here. Downside is still we still do have downside momentum, but I do respect the uptrend right here, and if you are looking for an uptrend, you would be looking at the very least for a bounce around 990. What you want to see though is you want to see this one pop back above about $12 before you look for general continuation here, but I would be respectful of that. Let's go to the daily and see how this one's operating. Nope. Okay, that's gonna fall apart. Yeah, this one's done for a little bit of time. This is just a clear bearish retest right there. Daily jewel pointed down. So while it probably does have a little bit of a short-term bounce, it might even bounce back up just south of $12 at about 1135 to 1150ish region. I would be looking for this one to very likely break down. It's going to depend on the rest of the market. As always, whenever talking about altcoins, you do have to watch and be mindful of what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing. Mostly Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin breaks down, this one's going to retest the lows at about $5. But to be fair, it is holding up relatively strong compared to a lot of the other altcoins. But it's very unlikely to be, operating on its own, in my opinion. And if this daily signal plays out, it very likely will come back down and cough up this whole rally back down about $5.5 to $6 or so, and set up for another bounce there. And fair enough on that one, man. Anything on the monthly? No, we already looked at that. Weekly looks like a rejection thus far, but a little bit early to kind of decide on that one. Again, short-term bouncy, and then better hope that Bitcoin doesn't break down at that point. All right, cool. Let's see. Nimbo says Bitcoin shorts are growing. We're all fucked. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you can always trade to the downside too. But I know that's just a little bit of a joke comment. But you know, the Bitcoin shorts, Bitcoin longs on Finex, I'm still not too sold on myself, to be honest with you. I think that's like, I think that's neither here nor there. It's just, if you look at it historically speaking, it's not going to be consistent. That's the problem. Like right now, people are drumming it up because it fits their narrative rather than looking at the historical relevancy of it, which I think is minimal since 2018. Extremely minimal since 2018, I'd even say. What's up, Mr. Nico Senpai? NVIDIA, is it big bear time yet? Let's check it out. NV, whoops, that's not V, that's DA. Okay, there we go. On NASDAQ, and you're looking at daily. Okay, cool. Let's see what the daily looks like. Is it bear time just yet? I wouldn't say that on this one just yet. It's, you know, of course, just like altcoins are kind of tethered to Bitcoin, you know, most techs are going to be tethered to NASDAQ, and NASDAQ's still holding up okay. I think we've just barely gotten around my $15,000 target, so it would actually be looking for potentially, at the very least, some sideways. I do want to check out the weekly really quickly. Okay, here's where I would say bear time is starting to become a lot more likely. I want to see it take out last week's low. Right now, you do have what would be considered a spinning top in place, whatever you want to call this. It is a bit of a reversal formation, but you need to take out last week's low in order to confirm that. Anywhere below, let's call it like, I'd say 790. Technically, it's 788, but just coming back down there is not going to be, you know, considered like a sign of strength. If you want to go buy the book, you know, and you want to see it take out 788 to the downside, and I'll look for this one to descend all the way down to the 10 simple. That's going to be about 720 or so, with a bit of a bounce at around the gap here at about 760, 750 or so. So I wouldn't say so just yet. I'd give this one a chance to go sideways within this range. Looks like it is kind of catching a little bit of hold of that 10 simple right there. But, you know, best case scenario for this one short term is probably just sideways within this range right here between about 795 and 820 or so. Again, going to probably depend a lot on what NASDAQ does, I'd imagine. All right, cool. Mr. Julius Crummer says, Matic USD, Daily Sun says, hair looks crusty. Hair looks like Krusty the Clown. Motherfucker! Oh, god damn it. Getting made fun of by just a little one now. Getting picked on, man. It's like fucking school all over again. Looks like shit. Hey, that's my fucking comeback to you, bitch! Hey, your Maddox kid sucks! Just kidding, man. Just having a little bit of a laugh here. Yeah, this one's very likely coming down just below 80 cents or so. Looks like shit. Looks like shit, smells like shit, tastes like shit. It's probably shit. And this one is acting like shit, sir. What's that shit smell? Yeah, monthly's giving it up too. So coming into this month, it actually did have a pretty damn good shot to remain bullish. In fact, I would have been bullish on this one coming into this month, but taking out last month's low is not a sign of strength right here. 4 hours in complete meltdown. This one's getting ready. The market's getting ready, man. Next bounce, like I said, somewhere right below 80 cents. And then hold your fucking breath, because if that one fails, then this one's coming down to 68 cents or so. And maybe at that point, it's a little bit too wrecked. Still long term, it does remain with, you know, the long term mostly up, but looks like it wants to join the rest of the market now. Things get a little bit too overdone to the upside. Now we correct to the downside, apparently. Hey, what's up, Charles Fox? Biggest reset of all coming in 2023. 2023, we got to wait another 2 years? Well, shit. Got all kinds of time by now. Jahar Epstein. Hey, what's up, man? Good morning to you, man. Please look at short-term targets on Ethereum USD to the downside. If we keep going down, I'm in a short from 28.96. Hey, it looks like you're in a pretty damn good position, man. Like, very, very well traded right there, man. Very well traded. Okay, so you're looking at short term. I'm going to interpret that as like a 4-hour time frame. I'd be looking at general continuation down to low 1800, somewhere around 1815 to 18 even, and I'd probably be looking for a bit of a short-term bounce there, regardless of whether you're bullish or bearish. I think that's what you're kind of asking for right there. So yeah, Jesus Christ, man, that is just mean. The mean bears have come back into this market, and it's not good. Not fucking good, man. All right, cool. What else do we got over here? Hong Kong is not China. I am aware that Hong Kong is not China, but I don't think that China mainland agrees with you. At least that's not what the rules would show, because apparently they can just fucking march in there and do whatever they want anyway. So, oh well, unfortunate, man. Jack Asimon, what's up, man? Missed my request earlier. Please remind him. Okay, let me just pull this up. Let's see. Where did I miss Jack? Motherfucker. It looks like Elsa missed it. I'm going to guess that you asked for Ethereum Bitcoin, though. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jack, Mr. Akiman. Could you post your comment at the bottom of the chats right now? Elsa is actually out of the building right now. She's going to go get her hair or nails done or whatever the fuck she does. Whatever those girls do. I'm going to guess that you probably asked for Ethereum Bitcoin, though. You let me know. Okay, it was. Okay, sweet. All right, I know you too well, man. I know you too well. Coming down here, it looks like it wants to test the bottom side of the range. So again, we are still within the confines of this more long-term descending channel, which is typically, like I said, a bullish resolve pattern. But as I've also said, it can remain in this fucking channel for technically infinity and get walked down, which is why they become very difficult to trade. But I would be looking for next move down somewhere around about 5.7 that is million satoshis. Probably another short-term bounce there. If you can maybe put in a higher low than this guy right here, that'll start to look okay, but we don't have that in any way, shape, or form as of right now. You can see, I think it's a lot more obvious on the weekly right here. Very likely looking at a move somewhere around the weekly 21, which is about 5.5 million satoshis. Probably a bounce there implied as well, and I'd be looking for that one to potentially put in a higher low on the daily. If that happens, it starts to be a lot more attractive, I think, long term, as that's what you would expect leading out to the resolution of a falling channel like that. But any sort of a closure on a weekly below that 21, and this one's going to cough up quite a fair bit as well, down to about 4.5 million satoshis. Again, I do want to reiterate though, I probably would still remain with like a long-term bullish bias on this one. It's still still holding above the last month's low, but it is getting damn close right there. I have to reference once again the quarterly and the bi-yearly, of which, yeah, when I look at this, man, it does have a massive range here, of course, but I'm not bearish on this. Like, I'm just not bearish on this, point blank and period. But it can come down quite a fair bit, to be honest with you. So I would be cognizant of those areas. I would still look for a bounce about 5.5 million. I think that's kind of best case scenario for right now. Just kind of keeps getting walked down that channel, and then maybe coming into late this summer, we do see a resolution. What I would say, Jack, though, the kind of silver lining on the other side is that because you did get this rejection right here, anywhere above last week's high or a closing high above it, so that would be either above 6.9 million satoshis or a closure above about 6.6 million satoshis, and I would be looking at this one as very likely in the process of getting resolved to the upside. You'd target the last prior high on this one, and very likely continuation to the next monthly targets, which is going to be around the 0.1 territory. So it's still going to take its time, man. As I've been saying on this channel, this whole segment of the market, probably going to take the most of the summer, if not all of the summer, to kind of resolve itself. Anyways, whoops, I need to get rid of that because that is no longer relevant. And let's see where else we are at now. Okay, there we go. Mr. Mike Crook says, hey, Krown, can you check out AEHL? Okay, A-E-H-I or L? Oh, whoops, I spelled it wrong. A-E-H-I. Let's see if that brings up anything. No, L. Okay, it must be L then. Antelope Enterprise Holdings. All right, let's check it out. 1 hour daily weekly. Okay, weekly is in a bit of a reversal, but I absolutely despise charts that go down like this for a long period of time. Yes, we do see a change of behavior on the volume, but I do feel like it's very much warranted to say that, yeah, I would be short-term bullish on this one, probably looking at a move back somewhere around $5 or so. Does it get long-term continuation? I mean, we do have a weekly reversal in place. I just don't ever like charts like this, man. So, I'd say big caution somewhere around about 680 or so. This is a little bit concerning as well. This one kind of looks like a piece of junk just going down for the last 14 years actually. Just straight fucking down. So typically what happens at the end of the market cycle is you see junk rally, and this one's rallying, and for the last 14 years, it's been absolute junk. So, I do think it has some upside here, and it probably does extend those gains, but I'd be careful with it. But yeah, it is bullish here. Hidden bullish divergence on the weekly probably does pop back up somewhere around this, like just above $6 target or so. Okay, cool. Space WAP. Oh dear lord, man. Oh fuck, I lost my place once again. God damn it, YouTube, you done goofed. All right, let's see. Okay, found it. All right, there we go. All right, what is this? All right, there we go. Zeostorm, what's up, man? The people who got burned by the chop on Bitcoin would be scared to put shorts. How do you tell a real move from a trap? Okay, hold on. Let me reiterate that comment so that we make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, the people who got burned by the chop. Okay, so basically the people who have been trading this right here on Bitcoin would be scared to put shorts. How do you tell a real move from a trap? Well, they should be scared, because this was more or less a range at the end of the day. Kind of more or less what we've been saying is that this is, more or less, I mean, whether you're bullish or bearish, it's going to go fucking sideways, at least for like a couple months. Longer is better for blue laws here, but right now we are going to get a test of the downside. Anyways, your question is, how do you tell a real move from a trap? Okay, a real move from a trap. A real move is typically supported by volume, and you want to see closures. That's why I do operate off of confirmations when looking at like major, breakouts and breakdowns. And to be completely blunt. If I don't have access to options, I do not trade major breakouts or breakdown. I just for that reason, because a lot of the time you do get traps. I mean, most breakouts get fucking faded. I mean, 70% of the time, as studies have shown, things are consolidating. So it's really only a fraction of the time, or like 1/3 of the time. It's not a fraction of the time, but it is 1/3 of the time that you do see things are actually, trending in that case. So you can kind of count on this as, more likely when in doubt, it's likely to range, and that means that trap is more likely. So what conditions are you looking for on like a real breakout? Well, first and foremost, on a real breakout, you want to see higher term time frame volatility be very, very low. That's what gives it the rocket fuel, if you will, to actually break out or break down. You also want to see something obvious with momentum oscillators. Like an obvious signal typically is when you are, in the case of a breakdown, testing around the bottom side of your range and you're just getting a bearish signal on, let's say, like we actually have an example right here. We potentially might be getting daily MACD crossing to the downside as of tonight's closure, anywhere below $32,000. We can also look at daily RSI, given a hidden bearish divergence and getting rejected from the 50 zone as well, the neutral zone essentially. In a lower high structure, that's going to edge the probabilities towards that. But at the end of the day, how do you actually tell whether it's a trap or not? Well, where's your bottom side area of this, or sorry, where's your bottom side structure of this current consolidation? That is about just below $31,000. So what I'd want to see is, for full on confirmation, is a closure below there on a daily. So you need to use a higher term time frame in this case, at least in my opinion, because it is going to be fraught with perils. You have seen, and there's been several traps within this, both the upside and the downside, and I do think that it's relevant to be more guarded in this case. And I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money, even go broke in a lot of cases, trading or trying to trade out breakouts and breakdown, rather than people just trying to trade ranges and not even caring whether it breaks up or breaks down. Like, for whatever reason, we have like this very romantic idea of what trading should be. It's like you put in a position, then you hold it for life, and you just have to ride every move perfectly. I think that's fucking cancer as far as mentality goes. The reason why I say that is because you don't, and I don't, and that's like how I've made my living, is like barely trading breakouts almost ever. Even when I had access to options, I wouldn't really care all that much, and if I did, I'd probably do it on like a cover anyways, and then maybe uncover it when I felt safe, like after like a major time frame confirmation. So yeah, man, it's kind of a difficult scenario, but that's what I'd say about that. Krown, is your signal working? It is working, but I don't have my phone on me right now, unfortunately, so I will check in soon enough, sir. To Love It All says, hey, Krown, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. I had a good night of sleep last night, and it looks like the day is bringing with it some actual opportunities in the not-so-distant future, so I'm rather excited. Can you take a look at AXS USDT? Okay, I think I've heard of this one. It's one of the, it's like a gaming coin, or am I? Yeah, it's Axie. That's right. It's a gaming coin, and yeah, man, this one's bullish as fuck. This is incredibly powerful. Yeah, I think we looked at this one yesterday. Very, very good chart. Very fucking good chart. I wouldn't mind a pullback from here. We do see many drives of bearish evidence come off this last high. If this one wants to pull back with the rest of the market, $15.5, but is where I'd be looking towards. But there's nothing bearish about the daily, nothing bearish about the weekly, and the monthly same as well. So this one can pull back quite significantly, and I'll just look at that as an opportunity. Retesting your prior highs is certainly not the question. That's a little bit lower at about $11, but I'd generally be still bullish on this one with a short-term pullback, very likely in line. But yeah, man, this one alongside Hex are the two best charts that we've seen today in cryptocurrency land. Very impressive. So this one, from what I understand, this one has like actual use. This one has like an actual use case, which is what most cryptocurrencies do not, and or if you want to call them crypto assets, maybe is a better word. And it's actually getting respected quite a fair bit. Maybe it's even a popular game. I don't know. I think that's probably one of the more like obvious use cases of cryptos in general is for gaming, especially like NFTs. I think if you're a gamer, you probably can understand the relevancy of or use case of NFTs rather easily. But like the older generation is going to have a very difficult time interpreting that, I think. But the younger people, I think totally. And this one, I believe, is that. I believe it's used for something in gaming or something like that. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Alex Turner says EWT USDT. Okay, what is this? I'm not familiar with this one, I don't think. Energy Web Token. Okay, it's got a great name, so definitely gonna be bad. What the fuck is this, man? Oh dear lord, this one's already dumping before the dump even started. What the fuck? It is kind of in a bouncy area. I mean, then again, you've kind of played out your bounces here once, twice, thrice, and looking for a breakdown. It doesn't look good, man. Fuck! Well, $2.50 is a big area. This one's a bouncy area, I guess. It's 4.25. Are we going for the full retrace? Are we going for the full retrace? I mean, there's not enough of a monthly here to go for a full retrace just yet. It looks bad, man. Nothing bullish about this thing as long as it's below about 560 or so. Oh, you said look at it on KuCoin. We can look at it on KuCoin. Maybe it looks better there. Maybe. Let's see. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe don't judge a book by its cover or by its chart. Well, maybe you should judge it by its chart. Actually, less history here, if anything. This one would actually be even worse to me just because it's already kind of breaking down below. Only way that I switch around my opinion on this one is you need to take out 11th of July high or just close above like I said. I think it was like $5.50 or so. Okay, Jack is Mr. Akiman is back, or Asiman. Is it Asiman or Akiman? Hello, Krown. Gold, medium, short term, and long term. Yeah, let's go check out gold right here. Where's my golds? Where's my golds? Expect gold to be doing somewhat well during these times as well, but mostly been a laggard, if anything. It is kind of forcing its way through here. Hey, not bad. Okay, so we did play out a bit of the short-term ascending triangle right here. It looks like still remaining with the higher low structure, so that is good. Hidden bullish divergence on that last one, and looks like it wants to test into the bullish control zone. This one does look like it wants to take a leg up here, actually. I do think that this one will be resolved probably either today or tomorrow. In fact, we see volatility moving in line with it as well. Just continuation on the short-term time frames. If we're looking at medium-term time frames, yep, I think this one's getting ready to run a bit. 1840 or so would be my next daily target. Daily RSI, fine. What about weekly? Let's just get rid of everything right here. Yeah, weekly next pivot about 1840 or so. I want to see closure above there, and then I'll target the last prior high right here. This is looking like a macro high or low as well. I think we played this one rather well here too. So credit to anyone who's actually been trading this one. So anyway, yeah, anywhere above there, I target the last macro high, and that's getting back around there is not a bearish thing. That's, you know, probably does produce a little bit of a short-term pullback, but I would very likely be looking for a breakout towards a prior time high after that. That's all the way, you know, past $2,000 or so. Would look pretty damn good. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it did miss it, unfortunately, but now we got it, so all good, hopefully, Mr. Akiman. Okay, let's see. Chloe Stella says, Ave, please. Okay, so Ave, please. Is that like a threat? Bitch, please. Ave, please. Looks bad. Are you sure you wanted me to look at it? Looks extra bad right here. Death cross incoming, baby. Oh, no. Fuck, man, or a girl, judging by your name, maybe. Well, you can't really guess in these days, so I'll just let you be the one to tell me that. I mean no harm by that at all whatsoever, but as far as charts go, terrible, fucking terrible. Down to about 230, probably next daily bounce. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that, meaning just a bounce, probably continuation. Weekly, very long term, it's still okay, but this one can pull back. This one can pull back to like $28.50 and, you know, over the next few months and really not have done anything like too crazy from a macro standpoint. So, yeah. Hippie Johnson says, not my poor Maddox, but I'm emotionally attached, Krown. Well, you can be emotionally attached to them. Just understand that they are going to be dragging you down to the depths of hell. It's like a dumbbell tied to your sack and you have to swim up shit creek and you got no paddles and no air support, sir. China number one, says Simon Sue. That's right. China's the best. China does no wrong, and we all can just pray and hope to our lords and saviors and China to grant us with eternal life. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck they believe over there. Hong Kong is no longer free. It seems that way. Taiwan will be forever free. I don't know if the Chinese people would agree with, or it's not the Chinese people. Like the people that I've met from China, like, are usually pretty normal and pretty like honest and nice and good people. I mean, people are people, right? But the Chinese government, from their actions that I've seen, I mean, it's kind of hard to support them. Like in a sincere tone, you know, there's someone in these chats. I forget his name. I think it's MTMD. His name is MTMD. At the end of every stream, he always says something like this: "Stand your ground. Remember to stand your ground." And it's like, yeah, you should stand your ground when you have a conviction about something and you know that it's wrong. Look, it's fucking wrong that China is like putting, I don't know, is it like some sort of like Muslim sect into like concentration camps scams, basically. That's kind of wrong. That's kind of evil. That's kind of, you know, reprehensible, maybe would be the right terminology for that, amongst many other things as well. You know, a lot of human rights violations. But why doesn't it get talked about? Like, that's very bizarre. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get banned from YouTube now, and there we go. Well, it was nice knowing you. Anyways, Cardano is vaporware, says Nimbo. But is it vaporware if its chart is looking like this, Nimbo? You're just mad that you didn't get in. Ha! Wait! Fuck! My charts! Oh, fuck! My Cardanos! Surely they won't go back down to $1. Just a bunch of FUD. Krown wants my Cardanos. There were supposed to be smart contracts in apps, thousands of them. What the fuck? $1. This is a steal. It's on sale. It's on sale. Guys, it's on sale. It's on a very generous 50% sale. That's right, guys. Everyone wants them so much that they forgot to buy, and now they just magically and very generously let you get in lower. Fuck, I missed my chance again. All right, where did I leave off? All right, there we go. Dan, hey, what's up, Dan? Looking at Cream USD looks very different to the rest. Let's check it out. I'm very happy to see charts that look very different to the rest. Cream. It does look different to the rest. I mean, you can see, oh, this is a 4 hour. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it does. I mean, this is actually a pretty damn good structure here. I don't think it's going to not go down with the rest of the market here, but I'll be looking at 145 as like a big area of opportunity, at the very least for a bounce. But whenever I see something like this is what accumulation should look like. When you see kind of like this rounded bottom here and starting to put in higher lows already. Short term very likely does come at the very least down to about 150, probably short term bounce there. If it gives out that area, I'd be looking for a full on move down to the 200, but I would respect this one actually. I do agree with you. It is generally different. It's not in like one of these fucking parabolic blow off tops and then just smash it down. This is a better chart than most. I'd sincerely agree with that. But yeah, it probably does come down a little bit here, but I'd be looking at that as an opportunity. This one's getting respected quite a fair bit. That's much better. Let's see. Okay, all right. Spence Smith says TT Thundercore Huobi. Any time frame? Okay. TT Thundercore. Great name. Great name. USD. Okay, there we go. It only trades on Huobi. Okay, that's this is exactly the chart that I was afraid I was going to see. All right, so this is exactly the definition of a pump and dump. Pumps up with the rest of the market. Everyone's getting exuberant in March, April, May, and dump it all the way back down. Okay, so you bought in 0.0032. Okay, so you have a phenomenal buy. You basically bought like lower than this wick. You bought somewhere over here. From what I understand, you bought like way the fuck down. What the hell? Okay, you literally bought the lows. I mean, you have a phenomenal position, but you know, do I think that this one's not going to go down with the rest of the market? If the rest of the market goes down, of course it, of course it will. And I'd be looking for a retest of these lows right here. I wouldn't be bullish on this one as far as the daily goes until you reclaim this area right here at about just above 1.25 cent. Right here. This area is kind of inconsequential to me, whether it takes out this high or not, or whether it takes out this low or not. I'd still be kind of leaning towards the bearish side here. At the end of the day, the same sort of knowledge goes for pretty much all altcoins, except for a very minimal few, that whatever Bitcoin does, they will follow. And in this case, if Bitcoin breaks down here, I'd be looking for this one to retest lows. But you have a phenomenal position, man. I mean, you have like a humongously good position. Very impressive, but I wouldn't really be like saying that this one's out of the woods getting ready for another pump phase before it retakes this region right here. So take that as you will. Vince wants me to spam you, or maybe we don't, or maybe we just don't. Who's Vince? I love you, Bingo. Man, you can't even get his name right. So disrespectful. So disrespectful. Okay, yeah, we should look at coin. Senegar Olai says we should look at Coinbase. Yes, we should actually. We should definitely look at Coinbase. Where's my Coinbase? Where's my Coinbase actually? We can just type it in too, but I swear I know for certain it's right there. It's right in front of my face. Coinbase I actually don't hate right here. I like these two spiked lows, and I like how it's got a higher low right here and a higher high right here. It looks to me like it's in a bit of a short-term consolidation, honestly. I would not be full on bearish on this one. This one kind of also, I think, entertains the possibilities that Bitcoin could put in a bit of a bear trap, you know, with a move down to like 30,000 bucks or so, and it looks something like this. Tries for another higher low on the hourly right here, but I'm getting to crystal ball shit right here. I'm mostly going off the, it's probably going to be like show a little bit better on the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm not going to hate it as long as it's got this higher low right here. So I do think it could come down a little bit more. 240 would be okay, but as long as it's above this last higher low right here, I would refrain from getting like full on bearish on it, looking for another run at the current lows and probably even new lows after that. I'd actually give this one the benefit of the doubt. Weekly's okay, I guess, if you call it that. But yeah, anywhere below last week's low, big problems. This one will start trending down and probably go below 200 bucks again. But it ain't bad, man. At least I wouldn't say it's bad just yet. To me, this looks like a healthy consolidation after a bit of a short-term reversal. That's what I would that's what I'd say first and foremost. I need to take a sip of this water, man. I'm damn thirsty right now. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's see, where did we leave off right here? Yeah. There it is. Hey, what's up, Mr. Legend LECs? What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. I wouldn't short NVIDIA before this month's split. Can we pay respect to AM? Okay, I didn't know that they were having a stock split going on, but yeah, 100%. 100%. You do not want to. You don't want to do that leading into the event because usually it'll be pricing right before, so you'll probably see a bit of a rally until that event. Okay. All right. So you're saying, can we pay respect to AMD daily, weekly? Okay, sure. Let's see how this one's doing. Is this one still holding it high? It looks very similar to NVIDIA. I mean, it's just in a bit of a sideways consolidation right here. I don't. Yeah. So I remember last week we were looking at this one as potential to break out. Looks like it didn't. It looks like it did not. But I'd still be looking for this one to range a bit here. I'm not bearish on this, man. If you're looking at like a weekly, for example. Oh, I already have it charted out. I don't think it's ready to break out to the upside from here at the same time, but I do like this one. It probably does come back down and, you know, maybe tag around like 80 bucks or so, but I'd be looking at that as an opportunity. Nothing bearish about this one for me, as long as it's above about 75, we'll call it. Weekly RSI's rather healthy. Monthly is pretty damn good still. In fact, the monthly says that we probably do try for a breakout maybe later this month, but I don't think it's ready like this week, so to speak. Daily, little bit of sideways and down. I'd be looking at a move maybe to like 85 bucks or so. I still like it long term, actually. It's still pretty damn good. EWT to the moon. I'm not so sure about that. Hey, what's up, Steven Atkinson? Can you look at DAG? Sure. DAG. I'm guessing this is crypto, probably. It is Constellation. Okay, on Derpcoin. Actually, pretty good. Actually, very good. We have another altcoin here that is doing something completely different to the rest. You know, charts like this deserve a lot of respect. We've seen a few of them today, and this would be one of them. Absolutely. I'd be looking for short-term move back up to the prior highs of a few days ago at about 21.7 cents. Other than that. And month is a little bit under pressure, but weekly still fine here. I'd give it the benefit of the doubt. Kind of a similar one to Axie. Has a big range here. Can easily come down to like 12.5 if it wanted to, but I'd look at that as an opportunity, at least on first pass. 4 hour just looks like it wants to continue with trend here. This is very good. This is very good. 4 hour Jewel, 4 hour RSI. Yeah, I'd be looking for this one to retest back around about. Actually, it's just below 22 cents or so. And then probably continue on for more. This is actually definitely one of the better charts we've seen today. Deserves a lot of respect. A lot of respect, sir. Let's see what else we got here. What else do we have? What else do we have? Trying to join forces with the Taliban. Is that real? Like, I don't know if this is real or not, because that seems like a plausible headline. That's the problem with it. That's how you know it's a fucking good one. That's how you know when you're really in trouble. Is like if it's like a fucking, if it looks like an Onion headline but it's real. Man, we're in trouble now. We're in trouble now. All right. Whoopsies. Hold on. I think I just lost my place once again. Let me just scroll back on up and make sure that I didn't miss anyone here. Okay, where was I? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, found it. All right, YouTube doing it again. Crab King says, hi, Bitcoin is only capable of trading between 29 and 41,000 bucks. Crab emoji. Maybe. I mean, I think that's best case scenario for right now is sideways for Bulaws, you know, trade, test back down to like 29 or 30,000 bucks with a quick wick and close back above, I don't know, 31 or 32. I'd look okay. Peter N, what's up, man? I see no comment from you. Okay, now I see your comment. Can you check out Hex? We already looked at Hex. It's still pretty good. I think my targets for that one got extended to 12.5 or 13 cents for what it's worth. I fear saying that right now. I fear saying that right now. It's like you can never make the Hex crew happy, but like I said, there are some very reasonable people there too. So. I do want to show them respect, but like some of the people there are just so fucking on my case if I don't say like anything that's just glowingly positive about Hex. Like, look, I don't own it because I don't own most things, like Jesus Christ. And I also don't care to own it. I mean, look, it's more money for you. It's more money for you. JMB says shooting star on API 3 yesterday. Okay, API 3. Okay. KuCoin, is it a shooting star on the daily? No, I would disagree with that. Thinking about shorting it after it pumped. I mean, here's the thing. It's probably going to go with the rest of the market, and it does seem to be the direction right now. So, if you're asking my opinion straight up, is this a shooting star? No, it is not. By definition, you'd want to see it close on the lows. We don't see that right here, obviously, but could it be a reversal anyways? I mean, it could be a reversal anyways. How would you know? I'd want to see this one come back down below the last higher low right here at about 343 or so. 345, we'll call it. Anywhere below there, yeah, big problems. I'd be looking for this one to extend down to about 280 and probably cough up most of the rally after that. It's going to depend on what the rest of the market does, I imagine, but this one has had a better run, so I wouldn't expect it to get wrecked as much as the rest of the market. But here's our major area right here, very obviously, and as long as you're below there, it is kind of considered a bearish retest. Technically speaking, weekly looks like a shooting star right now, but this is not confirmed as of right now. Again, whatever Bitcoin does, this one is very likely to fall. And well, yeah, the linear chart doesn't look as bad, or sorry, doesn't look that much worse than the logs. A little bit of hope in there, I guess. Maybe I'm not so sure. But yeah, man, hourly looks like it wants to test down here. If you take out the last hourly higher low, I'd be looking for this one to fall apart. Probably gonna be led by the majors in this case. The fixer says better sell your Hex before the sell-off starts. Well, paper profits are a hell of a drug. Colby Diuk says, dude, almost forgot. Heard you plus BitBoy plus YouTube equals YouTube chat. Rumors, no. Perhaps yes. We'll see. Crypto Dogma says, Mr. Krown, you are truly crazy. Love it, man. Thank you, brother. I think that's a compliment, kind of, maybe somewhat, sort of, but either way, hey man, someone's got to have fun in this fucking market, man. This is we've been sitting sideways for about 2 months now. We might actually get some goddamn action here for the first time in a long time. Put a goddamn smile on your face, put a damn smile on your face. Let's see. Krown, you missed the super chat and he will post it right below me. Okay. From Vincent Pizarro. Yeah, that would be very helpful if you just reposted it. I don't see it though. Okay, I see it now. TVK BUSD 4-hour daily. Okay, TVK. And sorry about that, man. I'm operating on my own right now, so just trying to do the best that I can. But it looks like our mods are still are helping. So thank God for that. Okay. Okay, you're looking at this one. You want to see a 4-hour daily. Okay, so here's the thing. Can't really be bullish as far as like the higher term timeframes go until you reclaim about 26.5 cent. Going down the 4-hour, are we within the context of a bit of a short-term reversal here? I do think so, yes, but here's the thing. Just like the other few ones that we've seen, the second that you take out this prior higher low right here, this one's going to fall apart and come back down to about 12.5 cent or so before the next short-term bounce. But I would give it some respect first and foremost. If it puts in a higher low right here, just by not taking out this fucking low, closing below about 17.5 cents, I think overall okay. The second that it does, no longer good, and that's probably going to, again, imply a Bitcoin breakdown, for example. I don't really have a strong opinion on the daily right here. Still kind of nasty. All right, let's see. What else do we have? I see XRP being spammed. If the rest of the market's down, probably not going to be too damn good. Oh, shit. I think I missed another one right there. Cyrus69 says, Bitcoin OI up 1 billion since May lows. In this consolidation context, is that likely to be commercial short selling rather than... sorry, is that in... Okay. First off, let's confirm what you said over here. You're saying Bitcoin open interest up 1 billion since May lows. Okay, so you're talking about this right here. Yes, it is, but I don't think that this is giving us all that much right now. I want to see it go up another billion from where it is right here and go to like 5 billion. Anyways, in this consolidation context, is that likely to be more commercial short selling than short covering? That's what it would imply. Yes, that's what it would imply. But these are not big numbers right here. You really want to see it on like a higher level than what we've seen thus far in this consolidation. That's when it really starts to matter. But that your intuition would be correct, which is just a long way of saying that. So apologies for that, man. All right, sweet. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, Bradley Heller says, can you recommend a good entry for Solana and Link, please? No, I can't, because you didn't even give me a fucking time frame, man. And also, I can't trade your account for you, both legally or morally, because I have no idea what's going to be best for you. First off, you didn't give me a fucking time frame, so I don't even know what the hell you're looking at, for one. I don't know if you're considering like an entry for a scalp play or holding it for the next 5 years or 10 years, because that's going to drastically change the sort of analysis on that. I have no fucking idea what's best to do for you. Only you can know what's best for you. But going off of memory, the charts for Links are absolutely abysmal here. So what's a good entry for Link? There is no entry for Link right here. I mean, best entry for Link, if you are long-term, which I'm going to guess you probably are, looking for the moonshot. It's not even a fucking moonshot, but just, maybe buying a bit of a, bit of an oversold dump. I mean, I'll probably be looking down below $10, somewhere like 7.5 to 10, assuming that Bitcoin gets going here. If I'm looking at Solana, there's probably not even a long term on this one. Barely. Still is holding, I guess, on higher lows, I suppose. But yeah, daily's about to cough it up right here. And this is no longer going to be higher lows. It's going to be lower highs and same lows. And tell him what he's won under door number 2. He's got a descending triangle, a bearish redistribution pattern, which is going to force you all the way back down to the ripe Goblin Town price action of $10.75 before you might even get more wrecked. Bad, man. I don't know, do you want to, is there a good entry for this? The good short entry for this is probably on a break of about $25. Sorry, man, I don't know what to tell you. I without even a time frame, there's no way to check that question. I don't even know if you're scalping, swing trading, long term, any of that. Look, if you ask that question to people on the internet, you're probably going to get an answer, and that's the problem. Is that they're going to have no way to know. In order to have a legitimate conversation, and I'm not a fucking financial advisor, by the way, would be to have a 2 to 4 hour long conversation about who you are and what the fuck you're trying to do, and then maybe could offer up some relevant some relevant analysis on this one. But yeah, man, this one seems like a long-term downtrend to me. Well, no, it's a 4 hour, but if we go on a daily, it's still pretty bad here. Look, here's the thing, man. I don't think that you in the way that I trade, I do not buy the fucking dump, because things that dump typically dump more. I buy an uptrend, and this one's not an uptrend right now. Where are you in an uptrend? Well, your last lower high is at 36 3/4. So as long as you're below there, I would not have anything. I would not be interested in buying a fucking downtrend. Downtrends typically continue. Uptrends typically continue. Your last uptrend was faded all the way back on over here in May. Ever since then, it's just been down. So unfortunately, I cannot help you in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Here. That one, got that one. I feel like that came off like a bit of an asshole, but hopefully there was a bit of love in there too. Miral Gandhi says targets for PepsiCo. Okay. Again, time frame would be helpful, but we can look at it. NASDAQ. Oh, nice. This is a good chart. See, this is what a good chart looks like, man. Do you have targets for this? No, it's in price discovery right now, or I'm assuming it is. Yep. This is what a phenomenally good chart looks like. Oh, dear Lord. See, this is what you want to be buying. Something that's up. Now, of course, someone's going to say, yo, you want to fucking buy high? Look, if you're a trader, then yes, you buy high and you sell higher. If you're a trader, you sell low and you buy lower. If you're a long-term investor, then yeah, maybe you play around in the fucking blood, but this one's roughly breaking out, man. I don't have any targets to give you. Maybe we can look at a fib extension and come up with some algo targets here, but I mean, this one's in price discovery. It's very good. Short term, probably 155. Short term pullback around there. Long term, maybe 170 to 200. I don't know if you are long term, but We're looking towards this one's like, this is a very crazy chart. Look, I'd have the same thing to say about this as I do about NASDAQ and SPY and everything. At some point, these marks are going to go for a 20% correction. I don't think it's here just yet. Probably takes like early autumn, fall region. We already looked at Matic. Looks like shit. And probably didn't want it now. Okay. SGN says, Krown, please tell me, do you agree with some other analysts who are firm that everyone should have some Bitcoin? I'm all in on Ethereum. So the question is, do I agree with other analysts that everyone should have Bitcoin? No, I think that people should make the decisions for themselves through understanding the underlying technology, if it's going to be a good decision for you or not. I don't think that everyone should like be their own bank, because most people don't want that responsibility. Like, I would not feel comfortable if I had all of my fucking net worth in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Doesn't matter which one they are. I mean, it's like they're both extremely volatile assets. Do I think that everyone should own them? No, I think that everyone should be educated on them and then make the goddamn decision for themselves. because I mean, how else are you gonna do that? Like, how is he gonna fucking do that? I don't know. That sounds very. I think both sides of that conversation are like wrong. It's like, probably not everyone. Speaking in absolutes is almost always wrong. See how I didn't use an absolute right there? The Fixer says, Richard Hart owns 70% of Hex. He will sell off soon to buy more watches. Fair enough. He's a man of good taste. I have seen the inside of his humble abode. It's very nice. Very fucking nice, man. He has good taste. So so maybe the Hexers are maybe they just like contribute into that. They're philanthropists themselves. That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. Okay, what else did I miss? ZTBRT has left a super chat, but no message. So okay, there it is. I see your message. I have Euro BTC at 27,200. USDT price in Euro is 2,700. Wait, what? Is it preferable to change to USDT and then buy Bitcoin? I think in general, if you want to like actually be more liquid, then yes, just because Bitcoin versus Euro trades at a fraction of US dollar or Tether. So if you do want to make decisions more quickly and not get fucked even more so by the lack of liquidity in this asset, yeah, I think that would be a more mature decision. But of course, that comes with, you know, a few like understandings there. So maybe that's relevant to you, maybe not. But if you're just going to hold it anyways, then it doesn't really matter. E Loves Pizza says, hello, Sir Krowness. Can you look at hourly and 4 hour of SNX? Actually, there is one thing that I'd say to you, just going back to the last one. You'd probably want to look at euro dollar if is what you want to look at. And ooh, fucking finally, baby, we're breaking down. Thank the Lord, man. Thank the fucking Lord. Jesus Christ, man, that was getting expensive when this thing was like 122 or so. It's probably going to bounce into though. God damn it, piece of shit. Anyways, okay. What's up, E Loves Pizza? Can you look at hourly and 4 hour for SNX? Yes, I think we only looked at high term time frames last time we looked at it. Let's check it out right here. 4 hour. Give it a chance to bounce here. I mean, it is still operating on higher lows, as it did say earlier. I would get bearish on it below about 960 though. Hourly, probably same thing. Hourly is a little bit more of a of a deadly down right there, but momentum oscillators are suggesting that at the very least we get a pity bounce for right now, back up probably around $11, and I'd treat it as a higher low until proven otherwise. We'd even have, or I'd presume we'd have hidden bullish evidence here. Yeah, we would have hidden bullish evidence if it can confirm a higher low right here, which it's not going to do on this closure. It'd take at least another closure or two for that to happen. So it's a possibility, yes. I'll just remain like somewhat neutral to slightly up as long as it just doesn't go below $9.5 below their big problems. Hey, what's up, Mr. Phi? Sir, do you put any weight on the CME chart for Ethereum? No, it's too young right now. It took about a year and a half to 2 years for Bitcoin CME chart to like have any relevancy even on like a 12 hour or daily, and Ethereum is certainly less than a year. I think it's might even be less than 6 months. Let's go check it out. Actually, no, I already have it over here. Like I am watching it. Whoopsies. Almost just ruined the charts right there. Where's my Ethereum? There it is. Is it even trading at like a discount right now or a premium? The trading parity. It's basically trading parity. It's trading $7 below. Trading $7 below parity. So that's not a big issue. Do I think that there's a lot of merit with this chart just yet? No, because like look at the daily right here. You can't even populate a 200 moving average, like not even one tick. So it's going to take at least 200 days for that, basically a year, kind of. Well, not really, about half a year. And then yeah, you'll have one pixel of a 200 exponential moving average. So, or simple for that matter. No, I don't think it's as useful right now. This chart's more relevant for right now just because we can get more history for it and makes a little more sense. Then again, when I do go back to this one right here, I mean, this one is just like a clear breakdown, just like a clear fucking breakdown and continuation of trends. So fair enough. I think maybe in like a year, it'll start to become a lot more interesting and useful. And it would be like Bitcoin CME. I'll pretty much mostly just watch that one. All right. There's one guy who is there's one guy who is absolutely desperate for Ripple. And you know, we can look at it, man, but I can't promise I'll have anything good to say about it. I've been avoiding this one. You got a death crossing coming. You got a downtrend that's been going on ever since April 14th, or well, really started over here to be fair. It's not good here. I think you could have made an excuse for it as I was all the way up to about 1.25 below there. No. This one very likely comes back down to the lows at about 55 cents or so. Any sort of a break below there, even on a daily, and I'd look for the weekly to tag back down just below 40 cents. I mean, this is... I'm curious what the monthly looks like. Yeah, it's probably going to bounce relatively soon, but don't confuse bounce with like, oh my fucking lord. Okay, we're just going to... I think we just need to look at this and appreciate this chart for a second here. Crypto Dogma says hit some likes or dislikes. Yeah, man, I'd appreciate it. It does actually drastically help with the channel, so I would humbly I wouldn't ask you, but I can tell you that I appreciate likes on the video. Let's see. Pray to the Bogdanovs, I guess. See it in 2 years for the next Boom Boys. I don't think it would take that long, to be honest with you. The reason why I say it wouldn't take that long is because this last if you want to call it bull cycle or just up cycle, was very short, all things considered. So you typically look for your bear and bull cycles to operate on like somewhat similar time lengths. You know, for example, this one over here from 2016 to 2018, that took about 3 years to resolve. So that was like a 2-year up, resolved by about a 3-year sideways. This one over here, this one really started like in December 2012, took about a 1.5, 2 years, all the way to beginning of 2014. From 2014 to 2015, 2016, you know, that's your consolidation for that one. So I don't think it would take that long, even if Bitcoin does like fully break on down here. Did I miss the analysis of the best crypto chart in the world, says Hexkong? Yes, you did. In fact, a few people have already asked about it, but I'd still be bullish on it, man. 12.5 to 13 cents where I'd be looking for, and then probably pull back there and see what happens after that, man. I understand that there is an event coming into Hex relatively soon, so you know, perhaps that is going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news, as you typically do get, but yeah. Okay, all right, we got that one. Okay, yes, we got that one. Cyrus, okay, thank you on the open interest. So to confirm, you look for a range break in both price action and mark-off range for open interest. So the way that I look at it to kind of explain, Cyrus, is basically when you're looking at this over here on the open interest, right? You can see throughout this whole consolidation, we see both price chart and open interest chart right here. You can see that during the consolidation, we only ever got up to about 4.75 billion open interest. So I look at that as kind of like a moniker of like a baseline for a breakout, meaning that we have something new going on, meaning that the consolidation is being resolved if we trade above, or not trade above, but if we have more open interest than that, like I'm just saying 5 billion, but anywhere above there is fine. And then I'd be looking for trend continuation. So if we see price action continue down while this trades above 4.75, then I'd be looking at that as a very good confluent signal that we're seeing positions added plus trend continuation, or just price action moving outside of the range. That says that the market has conviction in my eyes. Okay, cool. What the actual fuck? Jesus Christ, man, I can't believe that there's like actually people who spend their time trolling this channel. That is ridiculous. Like, you only have so much life to live. You only have so much fucking life to live. Okay, Hex Kong says daily, weekly on Hex. Yeah, we've already looked at it a couple times already. I just kind of summarize it. 12.5 to 13 cents where I'd be looking towards. Let's see. What's up, Mr. Neville? I saw you in Harry Potter yesterday. It was great. Actually, really good movies, man. Shahar says XRP. Oh, yeah, we already looked at it. Don't know time frame. Try 4 hour. Well, we can look at a 4 hour. Maybe that's going to be a bit better for it. Nope. Still looks like shit here. Maybe short term bounce, but I don't know. 60 cents. 60 cents looking good. You know, assuming that Bitcoin breaks down, probably back down around 56, 57 or so. Crypto Pit says, can you have a look at DAG BTC? Okay, this was the constellation thingy. that right? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah, very good. Both versus US dollar and Bitcoin. In fact, I'd imagine it's even better versus Bitcoin, in fact, because Bitcoin is right now down and that one's up versus both US dollar and Bitcoin. I'd be looking for a move back up towards this high right here and probably trend continuation on the 4 hour. It looks very good. Hidden bullish divergence, 4 hour jewel, all pointed northwards. I would be looking for this one to... I don't have any targets for something like this, man. It's kind of in its own thing right now. As you can see, it's... Well, no. Yeah, we are kind of above our last prior macro high. So yeah, very, very good. One of the best charts we've seen today for cryptos specifically. Okay, let's see. I think that was it actually. The Legend Ali's Z's here. Where is he? Oh no, he's at Dalton. Are you getting 401k financial advice from strangers on a stream's chat? That's right, man. YouTube is the best place to go for non-financial advice. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, you gotta wonder sometimes. I mean, some people are very truly educated, but in a lot of cases, I'd honestly say that, you know, a true financial advisor are like notoriously not fucking good. You know, otherwise they'd be managing their own money for the most part. But, you know, for some people, it kind of makes more sense just to like not have to think about it as much. And again, you could also just, you know, invest straight up in the fucking stock market. You know, what does SPY do year over year? Like 10, 12%, typically speaking. I mean, you double your money. So if you're making like what, 10% year over year, you would double your money in 7 years just by fucking holding like the major indice. Fair enough. One last $5 for some ground beef. Oh baby, I'm eating today. Finally, motherfucker. Hey, thank you for that, man. I do appreciate that. NIO, yeah, we can look at NIO. I'm gonna end this relatively soon here. Yeah, we're almost 2 hours into this one, anyways. Short term, probably back down to yesterday's low, just below $43. Daily. You know, I do like the range here, but I do think it's going to test some downside. So very, very short term, just below $44. Failure to bounce there, and I'd extend targets all the way down to about 38 3/4. But long term, I don't have any major issues with this. Fine, it's fine. At least for right now, I'd just be looking for a general range here for the next, I don't know, month or two, somewhere between this area right here. Oh, it looks like I've already done it, but let's get the only relevant regions for this one. Got it right there and right there. I see a priori. What's up, man? Holy shit. Good morning to you, man. Holy shit. I got to give major shout out. I always do this, Apri, but I got to give you major shout out. A priori. This guy is the best. This guy is like truly the best. So a priori, man, what did you do? You made like a small 4-digit number into like 200,000, 250,000 bucks, just trading Forex and traditional. Is that right? Fucking phenomenal, man. Like that's it. Okay, you can probably make that work in Bitcoin land like a little bit easier just because you get access to major leverage and just these phenomenal moves. But doing that in Forex and in traditional, like that takes serious skill. I don't think I'd have an easy time doing that like at all. I don't even know if I could do that. Like trading with like a low 4-digit amount and then all the way up to 250,000 bucks over a long period of time. But like this is just the perfect example of someone who makes a strategy. He makes a fucking strategy and then just stays adherent to it over time. Apri understands you have statistics plus time equals good results, well, better results over time, obviously. Very fucking awesome, man. Stop it, I'm blushing. It was index. Oh my God, even better. Fucking on goddamn index futures. Like the things that move like goddamn molasses. It wasn't even like shitcoin stocks. Oh, that's great, man. That's fucking great. I love it, man. I fucking love it. I'm so happy for you, man. That is seriously impressive. Seriously fucking impressive. Zane Storm says, hey, mate, can you check out, okay, wrapped Ethereum versus true. Okay. Whoops. Here we go. Let's try this one right here. Okay. I guess this is the one to go to. Not a whole lot of history here to really be going off of, unfortunately, but it actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, you do have a bit of the etchings of a daily uptrend. I mean, we're really splitting hairs on something that's, you know, this young, obviously, but look, you know, as long as you hold the higher lows, and I'm going to assume that it tries for a higher low right here. I can't ever hate it, but what does daily RSI say? More or less neutral. I'm not getting much from this. Maybe we got to go down to like a 4 hour or something. Yeah, 4 hour looks fine. It looks constructive and up. I'd be looking for sideways, you know, for a little bit of time and then break out above your last little high right here, 10 250 or so. Target the prior high after that, which is, what is this, like 1250? 12,000, 11,500 to 12,000 or so. I don't know what the base pairing is. It's trues. You got some trues. Here is the obvious area where this one really starts to fall apart. Below this low right here, about 8,000 or so, not Satoshis, but whatever the fuck trues are. I'd be looking for this one to fall all the way back down to 5,000 or so. Not good, man. Not good. Shill etiquette 101. Yeah, there you go, man. Hey, what's up? What's up, Druv? Yeah, man, I think I've actually officially bought a condo, so I'm very happy about that. But I don't get to move in for like another year, so it's still being built, man. But it looks like we can get back on the Twitches soon enough, man. Just need to finalize the last few things, and boom, done, man. I'm really fucking happy with that. It's actually like hilariously hard to get all of the things here in Finland to like even make an offer, but once you do, it's like pretty easy. Okay, let's see. I think it's time to wrap this up. Okay, all right. So Bitcoin did come down to our targets from yesterday. I do think it probably extends a little bit more towards 31,000 bucks here. Do we see another short-term bounce from there? Probably yes. But it is pressure down. I mean, all higher term timeframes are bearish right here. All higher term timeframes are in a downtrend. You know, I'd say while it's definitely possible you could get a trap. Obviously, it's. I don't want to say that it's not very likely or that it is very likely. It's just, look, you're making this a lot more difficult than it needs to be for yourself. Okay, here's the thing. If Bitcoin were to get a trap, let's say at like 30,000 or 27,000 bucks, whatever it ends up being, I wouldn't really fully even trade it myself until Bitcoin gets above whatever your last low or high is. In this case, that's going to be about 34,350 or so. As long as we're below there, it is pressure down. Yes, you do see trap situations. I'm not really getting too many indications that we have a potential trap on our hands just yet. If we are going to get a potential trap, it'd probably look like, I need to go to this chart over here actually. It probably looks something like this, where we come down somewhere around 30,000 bucks and then close the day above 32 or so. If you see something like that, yeah, we probably do have a bit of a trap going on. But until then, I mean, everything's pretty much pointed down right now. We got hidden bearish divergence on daily. We got daily BBWP looking for expansion, and trend right now is down on not just the daily, the 2-day, which is also taking out the last low of that little consolidation, the 3-day, which looks like continuation, and just respecting the 21 and 55 right there, not fucking good. And the 5-day, which just closed last night, or sorry, no, it's closing tonight, is, I believe, where's this one on the Gaussian channel? Yeah, this one's going to have a chance to do something that's very, very nasty. So here's the thing. I actually really like this Gaussian channel. If we do take out the median of this, which is 33,500, which we're, you know, healthily below right now. Of course, we've seen Bitcoin sneeze and move more than 1,500 bucks. I would be looking for a test down to the bottom side of it, which is coming in around just above 26,000 bucks right here over the next like 5 days to 10 days or so, probably within the next like 2 dildos right there. You know, if Bitcoin does break down and does not respect 30,000 bucks, even for like a short-term bounce, I would be looking for next area just below 37,000 bucks right here for like an actual bounce. Could we see another potential trappy area scenario right there? Possibly, yes. Again, it is possible, but I don't want to like give hopium where hopium is not really like relevant. The only way I wouldn't like just buy a fucking straight wick. What I would do is I'd wait for it to close. I'd want to see something with Bitcoin either coming down to 30,000 or 27,000 bucks and then closing back above 31 or 32. If we see something like that, yeah, you probably do have a trap on your hands. But for right now, I mean, I think the 3-day kind of speaks volumes right here. The daily, again, just kind of continuation for right now. So take that as you will. If we go down to the short-term timeframes, I do think that you kind of, you know, use these at your peril right now, because this is like a 2-month-long consolidation being resolved, so you don't really look for like a fucking hourly or 4-hour to give you all that much for it, but it basically have the same regions anyways. In fact, even a little bit higher. Your last 4-hour lower high was 34,450, so ain't nothing changed around there too soon. I guess the biggest hopium I could possibly give you right here, the biggest, baddest hopium I could possibly give you short term, is that, hey, we're in a falling channel, and falling channels typically get resolved to the upside, so you'd be looking at something like this. You could make that argument, and maybe Bitcoin gets walked down here. We get a test down to 30,000 and then close back above 32, possibly, yes. But that's about all I got for that's about all I got for you right now. Obviously there will be bounces along the way if and when Bitcoin does break down, but I'll still take it one at a time. And again, I'm not trading this. I'm not trading this just yet. I want to see the resolution of this and then trade on the peripheries, and I'm just going to scalp it anyways. I don't care to like hold anything right now. Okay, sweet. All right. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friends. I'm going to be signing off now. I need to get on with the rest of my day, and perhaps we'll do a short later, like a short video later, if we see an actual break of the range. So, be aware of the major, be aware of the major territories right there, and perhaps we'll come back later if relevant. With that said, take care, much love, and hopefully see you soon.
Write it, code it, name it, tweet it, mine it, stack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it, and receive it. Trade it, buy it, sell it, store it, run it, list it, first rename it. Crypto logic. Pump it, hack it, lose it, dump it, sell it, ditch it, fix or pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it, pump it, dump it, rinse, repeat, but quick relocate. Pause it, list it, send it, burn it, pump it, hack it, quick rename it, take it, take it, lend it, send it, swell it, sell it, flip, unflip it, see it, watch it, learn it, know it, post it, tweet it, and repeat it, chart it, long it, short it, hedge it, post prediction, quick erase it, watch it, leave it, watch it, leave it, check it, click it, and refresh it, find it, drop it, crack it, lose it, curse it, pay it, to it, pay it, bar it, chart it, hide it, fight it, deal it, seal it, and unlock it, back it, send it, change it, lend it, mine it, find it, how it, list it, praise it, curse it, trash it, hash it, scroll it, troll it, and upgrade it, take it, take it, lend it, send it, swell it, sell it, click on it, see it, watch it, learn it, know it, post it, tweet it, and repeat it, chart it, long it, short it, hedge it, post prediction, quick erase it, watch it, leave it, watch it, leave it, check it, click it, and refresh it, write it, code it, name it, read it, mine it, hack it, live it, dream it, post it, scan it, charge it, send it, do it,